What's the ultimate Android tablet experience in 2025 supposed to look like? Well, if you ask Samsung, it's supposed to look like this, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra. It continues to be massive this year with that large 14-inch display, but it packs more power inside and it is also surprisingly more refined. All of that inside this very slim chassis. So let's get straight to it. Let's try to figure out what the Tab S11 Ultra is all about. These are my first impressions. If you're watching me for the first time, I'm Ershad. This is Trakin Tech English, your destination for detailed, incisive gadget reviews. Now let's start by talking about what's inside the box. Of course, you get the tablet itself, you get a few documents, and if you have the 5G variant of the tablet, you do also get a SIM ejector tool. But what's even better is that you actually get the S Pen inside the box, which you do not have to pay extra for, which a lot of other brands do. But of course, there's no charger inside the box, so keep that in mind. However, there is a Type-C to Type-C cable. The very first impressions of mine when I actually held the tablet was, wow, this is slim, but it also feels premium. Also, what's interesting to note is that the 5G variant of the tablet that we're testing is about 700 grams, which is still lighter than last year's Tab S10 Ultra. And talking about the thickness of the device, and I shouldn't even use the word thick here because it's just 5.1 millimeters slim, which is slimmer than many of the slim phones that have been launching lately and bragging about their slimness. And this tablet also has a completely aluminum build, which ensures that it doesn't get too heavy and weigh you down, so holding it and using it, despite being a large tablet, is not too bad, and the ergonomics are pretty decent. And considering dissipation of heat is better on aluminum, it'll be great for when you're doing intensive tasks like editing videos or playing games. And like I said, the in-hand feel is very good and the engineers have done a very good job of actually balancing the weight. It doesn't feel like a tablet with a 14-inch display. It actually feels like a tablet with a 13-inch or 11-inch display for that matter. And as for the design itself, it's clean, it's minimal, and it's almost boring, but in a good way. It's not flashy. There are no unnecessary design flourishes as such. This is meant to be a utilitarian device, and this slab is like a thing of purpose. Now, the two rear camera modules sit on top right and barely cause any wobble. And the S Pen, if you look at it, it actually snaps on magnetically above the SD card slot, which is also pretty handy. Overall, I like the clean, utilitarian, premium design, and it doesn't shout for any attention as such. Now, displays on Samsung flagship products are something that you never have to worry about, and the Tab S11 Ultra also carries that legacy forward. This is a very, very good display. You get a 14.6-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display. Now, this is a 2960 by 1848 resolution, and it also offers 120 Hz of refresh rate. It hits 1600 nits of peak brightness, so outdoor visibility is pretty good, and especially with the anti-reflective coating which has been added to the display, it's damn nice. So sunlight legibility is not going to be an issue. And not to mention, it's a 600 nits improvement over the Tab S10 Ultra's display, which topped out at 1000 nits. Now, of course, you do get Samsung's regular vivid and natural modes. In vivid mode, the colors really pop. In the natural mode, they're close to what you'd expect in real life. And the panel handles both HDR videos and static text really well. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of people will buy tablets is for reading, and it is purpose-built for reading. Because we've been using it for actually reading a lot of ebooks, considering that it's light, it's easy to hold, and it's got that large display. So reading on this is actually a joy because the text does look very crisp because of the large resolution. And of course, there are bezels around the display, but I feel like it is necessary for a tablet specifically, because these bezels give you something to hold on to, and that's especially important for a tablet this big. As for the sound, the quad speaker setup delivers solid separation and clarity. The mids and highs are sharp and the dialogues are crisp. But don't expect the bass to be like subwoofer level or anything. Temper your expectations over there. For action scenes or music with heavy low-end performance, the speakers tend to flatten out a little bit, but for regular everyday YouTube watching, it should be fine. Now, out of the box, the Tab S11 Ultra comes with One UI 8 based on Android 16, and we actually got an update the moment we got it out of the box and started testing it. Samsung promises 7 years of OS updates like it does for most of its flagships, and this is way more than what many laptops promise as well. And in fact, many tablet brands do not even give you any commitment on OS updates. Samsung does that, and it gives you 7 years no less, which is good. On the AI front, of course, you do get Galaxy AI, which is also powered by Gemini, which means that there is circle to search. So of course, any One UI experience that we talk about in 2025 is characterized by Galaxy AI, which is also powered by Google Gemini, which means that you do get access to Google Gemini and Google Gemini Live, but you also do get access to circle to search. But my personal favorite is this new AI-powered floating windows, which are resizable now, and that's incredibly handy on a display this large. And if you're planning to use this hooked up to a monitor, Samsung's improved DeX mode supports multiple workspaces and an extended desktop as well. It's stable, it's fast, and it's honestly one of the better productivity features that you can get on an Android tablet. I think the DeX mode is pretty underrated, and I feel like a lot of brands should take a page out of Samsung's book and build something like this. Now, the S Pen itself feels responsive and refined with better latency than before. It also works at a ton of different tilt angles, which is a boon for digital artists. And not just for digital artists, it's also great for folks like me who can draw great scenery like this one. You also get Samsung's quick tools, which make note-taking and sketching very seamless. Now, one change that Samsung has made is that the fingerprint scanner is not embedded in the power button anymore, which I feel is like the most natural way to actually unlock a device. But instead of that, it's under the display now, which is basically an in-display fingerprint scanner, and it's optical in-display fingerprint scanner. Regardless, it works really well. I didn't face any problems while testing it out. Alright, now let's talk about performance. And under the hood, what you get is the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus, and you get two RAM variants, basically 12GB or 16GB of RAM. And this is fairly powerful for an Ultra tablet. In benchmarks like Antutu, we got a score of over 2.7 million. In Geekbench single core, we got about 2,700 points, and multi-core was over 9,000 points. In day-to-day usage, it's buttery smooth. We didn't face any, lags or stutters or even micro stutters for that matter. In fact, we also did some gaming. We played Genshin Impact at 60 FPS, and the tablet didn't break a sweat. The storage speeds are pretty solid too. You get sequential read speeds of nearly 4,000 MBs per second and sequential write speeds of about 3,100 MBs per second. And yes, there's a micro SD card slot as well, like I mentioned, which supports up to 2 TB of expansion, which is pretty awesome. So even if you end up buying the 256GB variant of the device, you can actually expand the storage if you want. Also, the USB port at the bottom is Type-C 3.2 standard, which makes it, latest gen. Now coming to the cameras on the Tab S11 Ultra, truth be told, they don't really matter on tablets. Nobody should be going up on somebody's face and shooting photos like this. Use a phone. That's more polite. Regardless, tablets cameras are useful generally, especially the front camera is useful for video calls, or the rear cameras are useful for document taking, right? For that, what you get is a 13 megapixel primary camera and even an 8 megapixel ultra wide shooter on the rear, and on the front you actually do get a 12 megapixel selfie camera. By the way, the selfie camera is on this tiny water drop notch. It doesn't take up too much of the screen space, so I'm really okay with it in daily use. But the rear camera is good enough for capturing documents, and the selfie camera actually takes good pictures in daylight. But more importantly, in indoor lighting and low light situations, the video calls do look good from the front camera because it's a 12MP shooter. By the way, you do get a large 11,600 milliamp hour battery inside the device, despite being this slim, which is pretty cool, right? And we tested about 1.5 days of usage, and this was heavy usage, mind you. So if you're just doing some light reading or streaming, then it should last you even longer. So 2 days, you can probably push it. Plus, you also do get support for 45 watt fast charging, and it takes about under 2 hours to completely charge the device from 0 to 100, but you'll have to buy the charger separately. Connectivity is top notch. You get Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and of course, an optional 5G support depending on if you want 5G on the tablet. So after spending some time with the Tab S11 Ultra, it definitely does leave a strong first impression. You get a gorgeous display, you get great speakers, so the multimedia experience is sorted. The performance is pretty good, the battery life is fantastic, and more importantly, you get the S Pen inside the box, and the S Pen latency is pretty good too. So if you are a creator or an artist who wants a tablet for, your creative work, then you cannot go wrong with this. And all of this within a slim chassis that really does look pretty impressive. But yes, it does come at a cost because the starting price of the 12 to 56GB variant itself is about $1 lakh. However, if you want something more pocket friendly, you have other options within the Samsung tablet ecosystem itself. You have the Tab S11, which starts at about 75,000 rupees, and the Tab S10 Lite, which starts at about 28,000 rupees. Regardless, let me know in the comments, would you actually pick the Tab S11 Ultra for the 1 lakh rupee asking price? I'd love to know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.